What up, YouTube Live? How's it going, everybody? Good morning. Good Sunday morning, December 23rd. It's now 2 days since Aquaman hit theaters, um, and it's doing pretty well worldwide at the box office. But I'm not here to talk about Aquaman. A couple of things, though, before we get to our topics at hand. The weekly show, Rocking It with Rama Screen Live, will return in January. So, Rocking It with Rama Screen Live will not happen today, and it will not happen next Sunday either, but it will return on January 6th. That's January 6th, 2019. Same bad time, same bad channel, right here, youtube.com/ramascreen1 at 3 p.m. Pacific time. So again, Rocking It with Rama Screen Live, the weekly show that you love, that we discuss entertainment news on, will return on January 6th, Sunday, January 6th, 2019 at 3 p.m. Pacific time, right here at youtube.com/ramascreen1. Okay, so I want to share you my personal Christmas spirit story in the in the celebration of this festive season, joyous season. Happy Festivus, by the way, to everybody. Um, but before we get to that, I just the first topic I want to bring up is this awful tragedy that happened yesterday. I was out and about with my family members. We were in Ontario enjoying ourselves, and then we heard this news on our phones online, that there had been another tsunami tragedy in my homeland, Indonesia. I'm Indonesian. I'm wearing batik right now to let you know that I was born and raised in Indonesia. I came here in 1999, and I've been living in America, 20 years by next year. So, and even though I got my U.S. citizenship and I'm a U.S. citizen now, I will still be Indonesian. I am, I guess you could say, a son of or somebody who belongs to both nations, because I believe that when an immigrant assimilate to America, it doesn't mean that they have to shed off or dispose of or deny their previous identity. No, no, no. As a matter of fact, I believe that America, being that it is a melting pot, is a collection of people who come from different cultures, different backgrounds, different ethnics, different race, and America celebrates the collection of that. America doesn't say, "Hey, now you in what you were before is no longer or is no more." No, it's like you bring in and celebrate it. That's why some people even think tacos is American, even though tacos is originally Mexican food, because there's that thing where you're bringing in the best of your culture into America. And so I'm Indonesian and I am American too. Um, that said, which is why I always feel pain and feel hurt whenever my fellow Indonesians get hit by tragedies like this. And we have several problems in my home country, in Indonesia. For those of you who may not be well versed about Southeast Asia, uh, Indonesia also has extremist problems, fundamentalist problems. We generally in my country is democratic, a republic, um, democracy, freedom, and all that good stuff. But we still have those fundamentalist problems that really wreaking havoc from time to time. And in addition to that, there's this, because Indonesia is located on what is called the Pacific Ring of Fire. Pacific Ring of Fire. Let me brought that up on my screen. Basically, it's a location on Earth where the tectonic plates collide, and a large portion of the world's volcanic eruptions and earthquakes occur in Indonesia, making Indonesia the most disaster-prone nations, one of the most disaster-prone nations on Earth. Um, Indonesia regularly experiences deadly earthquakes. Um, Sulawesi, I think, was the last one. So this past year, there were like recorded 6 at least earthquakes. Uh, might be even more. At least that's my understanding. So it is a frequent tragedy that happens there. Um, and this is the recent one yesterday. It's heartbreaking because the majority of people who live in Indonesia live in poverty. They live in poverty. They are poor people, um, economically challenged. They get by each day, not even paycheck to paycheck, or whatever they can get to whatever they can get. That's how rough some of the living condition and the economic condition of so many people in Indonesia. And we have about, I want to say, more than 250 million people. We are the fourth most populated country in the world, um, behind China, India, US, and then Indonesia, I believe. And so we struggle every day. Most of my people there, my fellow Indonesians, they get by. So to have these frequent tragedies to occur, to exacerbate their already heartbreaking living condition, it's just it just makes it extra devastating, man. Um, it's bad enough that they're poor or they live in poverty, and now there's this. So um, it's sad. It's really sad. I can't tell you how heartbroken I am about this latest news. Um, so the tragedy, the tsunami, happened yesterday in a region that's called Sunda Strait. In Indonesian language, it's called Selat Sunda, and so it's caused by one of the small volcanic Krakatoan mountains, located in the Krakatoa region, ocean that separates Sumatra Island and Java Island. So that's the epicenter of it. Um, it caused about 3 meters tall, 3 meters height of wave. The wave that stands about 3 meters tall. That's what I was gonna say. And 3 meters, I believe that's 9 feet, right? 9 feet in American measurement system. So that's freaking freaking gigantic, man. Holy crap. Um, let's see here. Let me get some of the information as well. 222 people have been counted dead. So the death toll right now, as of this hour, is 222. 843 people are injured, and 28 people are missing. Um, according to one of the websites here. Um, of course, the death toll will be rising, unfortunately, as the first responders and rescuers and volunteers try their best to, I don't know, turn every stone, turn every debris, and to find every body laying underneath. So that search will continue to happen. So unfortunately, expect the death toll to rise even more. Um, it says here the tsunami hit both sides of Indonesia's Sunda Strait. So on the Sumatra side and the Java side of the beaches. Yesterday on Saturday, sending a wall of water crashing about 20 meters inland and sweeping away hundreds of homes and hotels. Scientists from Indonesia's meteorology says that um, it was caused by undersea landslides from the eruption of the volcanic mountain I mentioned to you called Anak Krakatau, which was formed years from the nearby Krakatau volcano. That was, I think, one of the it's on Guinness Book of Record. Krakatau volcanic earthquake. I think it's one of the biggest, most devastating in history. It happened in 1883. It can the ripple of it could be felt like thousands of miles away in Australia and even in the United States. Um, so one of these small mountains was the result. Volcanic mountain was the result of that big 1883 earthquake. So So that's a little bit of context for you. There was a viral video that just pretty much went on Twitter, trending on Twitter like crazy. Basically, it showed a concert playing at one of the hotels in one of the beaches in Sunda Strait, and the band is a popular band in Indonesia, and their name is actually, it's an English name. It's called 17. The band is called 17. They're a rock pop band, so guitarists, bassists, drummers, you what have you, and you could see from that video. And maybe I'll send you the link. I'll share you the link in the description box below this. They were playing, they were having fun, everybody there, the audience, the concert goers, and then bam, a wall of wave just broke through from the stage and just swept away everybody, including the one holding the camera. The audience, the spectator that was holding that camera. And apparently the footage, maybe it was a live footage, live stream. So that's why it was able to be saved or rescued. It can be seen. That's what I was gonna say. It can be seen, is as opposed to if you tape it with a handheld camera, and then you have to find the footage. But yeah, that went trending. That went viral. It was a scary sight. Man, it's like seeing somebody's last minute, before they pass on. It's horrible. Um, I believe, as I read from the website here, two of the band members are reportedly dead. So two of the band members died. Um, a few of the other band members and one of their band members' wives are missing. And I think the front man is. I think the front man survives. I think he posted a video on Instagram just bawling his eyes out. Um, so that's an update on the band 17. Um, yeah, man, it's just it's so sad. I was speechless because, like as I said, I was having fun with my family members yesterday, and to receive this news about our homeland, by this point, it's kind of like, I don't want to. It's not like we got used to it, but at the same time, we also, the fact that, as I mentioned to you, that Indonesia is located on the Pacific Ring of Fire, we kind of expect these kinds of news to happen. It's just that it seems to happen more frequently now. And again, these people live in poverty, man. These people are poor. And now whatever little they had is gone. It's gone. Um and this is a holiday season. You might argue, hey Rama, isn't Indonesia majority Muslim? The biggest Muslim popular country. You'll be right to say that, and my counter argument will be like, so what? So what? When I see that such devastation, I don't see Muslim, I don't see Christian, I don't see what have you. They're human beings. They're people, and these is, whether you want to observe it or not, whether your religion observes it or not, this is a holiday season. This is the end of the year where people celebrate. If not Christmas, then celebrating the end of 2018 and the welcoming 2019. This is where people have fun. So yeah, um, I looked up many of the websites trying to find out which links are legit, through which um, I and any of you can donate, however little you can donate, if you are able to. I I want to make sure that these websites are not like bogus or scams, or like somebody design a GoFundMe just so he can run away with the money. No, I want to make sure that they're legit. And I even contacted my sisters. My sisters live in Indonesia. My two little sisters. I'm the oldest in the family. So I was like, hey, can you text me some legit websites that I can direct people to go to if they want to help out here from America? And there's good news and bad news to that. The good news is that there are websites available. The bad news is that most of those websites only cater to um, donations coming from either Indonesia or Southeast Asia or that region, including Australia, meaning that those websites only receive Indonesian money or the currencies of nearby countries. Do you see where I'm getting? So mostly, if you have or if you've done money exchange with Indonesia's currency, which is rupiah, if you've done that in the past or regularly, then you can probably donate through these websites because you have access or connection to the Indonesia's currency, which is rupiah. So what I'm trying to say is that neither of the websites so far have a way for you to donate your US dollars through. So, but be that as it may, just in case, if any of you out there listening or watching this, and if you are Indonesians, or if you are, from or have connection with that region, Southeast Asia, Singapore, Malaysia, Australia, and you have exchanged monies before into rupiah, and so you know how to do this. I For those of you, I have the links. There are a couple of links in the description box below this video, so it's already there, so you can check it out. One of those links is also uh, leading to or leads you to the Red Cross, Indonesian Red Cross, not the general World Red Cross, but Indonesia's Red Cross, Palang Merah Indonesia. And one of the links also it will lead you to um, the the Family Links website. If you are missing family members in that region yesterday during the tsunami, so it has a list of missing persons and persons who have reported that they are still alive. If you have friends or peers who were vacationing there yesterday, the website is also underneath this description box below, called FamilyLinks dot ICRC. There you go, FamilyLinks dot ICRC.org. Um, so yeah, if you want to donate using rupiah, or if you want to find missing families or friends, the website links in the description box below. And if you want to, I've contacted directly through email the people in the International Red Cross Federation organization. I contacted them through email. I said, hey, for those of us in America, where can I direct my friends here or my people here to help out with the cause? They haven't replied to me yet on that front, unfortunately. So I'm still waiting on that reply. But I also posted on the description box below this video. Below this video is also a link to the I want to say, what is this? I want to get this right. IFRC.org. International Federation Red Cross that organization. So I have the link to that too as well. And I think they receive donation, and hopefully those donations will be um, given straight to the region, Sunda Strait. Um, uh, Obviously, organizations like Red Cross give donations or direct donations to everywhere. So my point is that there hasn't been set up at the Red Cross where there could be just one donation that if you wanted to go to Sunda Strait or to Indonesia, they haven't set that up yet. So, but anyway, nevertheless, check out the links below and spread the word. And if you can help, if you are able to, that's fine. I mean, that's good. If you're not able to, that's fine too. Please, keep them in your thoughts and prayers. And you don't have to be a believer or you don't have to be religious. Just know that these are people, these are human beings. So keep them in your thoughts and prayers and hopes, and everything that hopefully everything will be okay soon somehow. Hopefully kudos to the first responders, kudos to the volunteers, kudos to the rescuers. They are putting themselves right now on the line, checking debris, turning every stone. So um, hats off to them as well. So that's it. That's pretty much an update on this devastation that happened yesterday. Now, I want to share with you, before I end this live stream, real quick again, reminder that the weekly show Rockin' It with Rama Screen Live will return January 6th, Sunday, January 6th. Same bad time, same bad channel, 3 p.m. Pacific time at youtube.com/Rama Screen 1. Okay, so my personal Christmas spirit story. um, okay, here's the thing. I specifically emphasize the word spirit. I did not just say my personal Christmas story. I said my personal Christmas spirit story because this story is, and this is true story, what happened to me. It embodies the spirit of Christmas, even though what took place did not really happen during Christmas. But to me, this really speaks about Christmas and the holiday spirit, more than any of the spirit season that I've experienced in my life. Mm. This actually occurred, I want to say October 2016. So yeah, 2 years ago. This was after I lost my job. Um, I got forced out of my job because so many reasons. One of them is my stupidity. The other is being that they don't like that I do Rama Screen full time at the same time that I'm doing their job. They want me to just dedicate myself to them. Mm. So a few weeks after I lost my job, and sorry, I don't know why. I need to. I've been sniveling like crazy. Sorry about that. So a few weeks after I lost my job, and I was doing, my thing, right? I covered press junkets, I covered red carpet premieres. So one of those days, it was, I don't know, it was such a downer of a day that day. Like on my emails, I received in my inbox, notifications like from publicists saying, "Hey Rama, thank you for your interview request, but unfortunately we can't accommodate you at the moment." And there was like a couple of that, and I was hoping to interview those talents, and for some reason the publicist did not approve me and turned me down, and so I felt really down. I felt so depressed and discouraged and disheartened that day. And then I went to a press conference that was so unrewarding, in a sense that the press conference was like 20 minutes late, and because of that, it ran only about maybe 10 minutes instead of the full 30 minutes that it was promised us. It happens that kind of happens a lot. That kind of shit happens a lot. And but when that happens, it just pisses you off because you waste all that gas traveling to Los Angeles, and then for what? Just for 10 minutes of things that are not exclusive. So it just annoyed me that day. It's like, oh man, the emails and now this. And then that evening I covered a red carpet that was also underwhelming. Um, and I felt discouraged. I was like, oh man, I made a bad choice. Made a bad choice here with my life. Maybe I should have stuck my head down and continued working a 9 to 5. That thing that even though I was miserable, I was not happy in my job. Maybe I should just be continue to be a robot, whatever you want to call it. So I was feeling down. I was discouraged, and I was on the brink of giving up. I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. And I remember right after the red carpet event, it was in the evening, right? The sun was going down, and there was a Burger King nearby. I was like, okay, I have enough money for Burger King at least. Um, and I went in, and I was looking at the menu, and I was looking at my cash because I have my cash in my pocket, and I was counting the change as well, the coins and the quarters and stuff. Like, okay, maybe if I order this, it would not go above this budget. Yeah, I think I'll scrap that. I'll just order that one on the menu. So I was standing in line thinking about that, looking at that board above. Well, the cashier's helping out somebody else. Um, and then I went to the cashier and I started exchanging dialogues like, okay, so how much for this one? Oh, you know what? Nah, let's not go for that. What about that one? Is that one under $2? Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. That was okay. You know, and then while we were doing that, as we were exchanging, um, I don't know if you've been to LA. In Los Angeles, there's a lot of homeless, and some of the homeless sometimes would hang out at restaurants, fast food restaurants, and that's fine. You know, they eat. Sometimes they use their food stamp. Sometimes some restaurants will be generous enough to even give them one of their dollar menus, whatever the cases may be. And so this particular Burger King, there was a couple of homeless there eating, and one of them was standing behind me, and he overheard my conversation with the cashier. And I guess he kind of got the impression like I was trying to fit the menu or what I'm trying to order. I was gonna try to fit that to my budget that I have in my hand. And the homeless guy, I kid you not, this is true story. I'm not exaggerating here. He came up to me, he nodded my shoulder and is like, "Hey, if you want to eat, man, I got you, bro. I can spot you. Don't worry about it. Just order it." Dude. I was like, in my head, my first thought was like, because I was a dick, right? Because my head is like, but I'm sorry, but you're homeless. How are you gonna? But the guys keep saying like, dude, don't worry, just order, just I'll have it. But I ended up politely turned him down. I did not want to, because I don't want to. I think to me, as much of an asshole as I am, I know that there's a special place in hell if you take advantage of whatever little a homeless person has. Um, so I said politely, he's like, "Hey man, thanks a lot, I appreciate it, but no, it's no worries, no problem, man, no problem. I'm okay. Yeah." It's like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "This, are you sure? Are you sure? I got some here and I can help you." I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm okay, man, I'm okay." I even tapped his shoulder too. He's like, "Thank you, thank you." And so he went back to his seat, and I didn't end up ordering. I didn't end up ordering. I was just struck by what happened, and it's like I told the cashier, I was like, "You know what? I changed my mind. Thank you anyway." And he was with his friend on one of the seats, one of the booth seats thing. And I went to him and I said, "Hey, thanks for that. I appreciate it." "Yeah, don't worry, man." He said, "Just let me know if you change my mind. I could still spot you." "Yeah, yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it." And that just like it a wave of like humility and just like awestruck. It was just like flooding, man, flooding over me. I was like, holy crap, this homeless person. That's probably the only money or the only food stamp or the only thing that he will have for that day. The next day he will have to get another one. That's probably the only thing that he has left for that evening. And he's willing to share that with me. How Christmas like is that? I went outside the Burger King restaurant and I was just stunned. I was just like, I sat down. I was like, because I know I'm a believer. I believe in God, but I'm not that religious anymore. It's like, God, holy crap, that I don't know. I don't know what to say. That was just amazing. Um, and that story stays with me till this day. To this day. Um, I guess what I'm trying to say to you is that did not happen during Christmas season. That's what I said. It was during October season. I want to say even probably November, going to November. But my point is number one, just like that song, don't save it all for Christmas Day, man. If you can help somebody in October, in June, in spring, do it. If you are able to, if you have the resources to, a homeless is willing to help somebody who's not homeless. H- How mind blowing is that? Um, and he doesn't wait. He didn't wait. He didn't wait till like, okay, is this Christmas yet? Okay, if it's not Christmas, then I'm not gonna tap this guy's shoulder and ask whether or not I could pay for his food. No, it's just like, hey, man, You look worried, man. I can help you out. Oh, jeez. I was speechless, bro. So that's number one. Number two, dude, homeless people are human beings. Just I know it sounds cliche. It sounds cliche with saying that during the holiday season, but a reminder from time to time does help. A reminder doesn't hurt. All right, that they are human beings, man. Yes, many of them have mental illness. Many of them come from abuse homes, probably. Some of them probably actually had a life, had a home, had a family, but something happened, and they found themselves living on the streets as a result of that, whatever that may be. So they have stories. They have stories. They are actually human beings like you and me. They're not invisible people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that to judge you or to like put you through any guilt trip. Um, my point is that if you can if you can help, help. But if you can't help, that's fine. Just just don't hurt, you know? If you can't help, then don't hurt. And by that I mean uh don't think of them as second class, or don't think of them as something that's not human, or don't vote for politicians whose policies would hurt the homeless directly or would cause more middle class to be homeless. There's a lot of politicians that do that. I don't want to get too deep into politics, but their policies actually rob taxpaying money from the middle class to transfer it to the wealthy, causing the middle class to struggle even more. And many of the middle class, like in 2008 financial crisis, lost their homes that got foreclosed. So they end up living in hotels, many of them living out of their cars. And that's also homeless. People always think of homeless as just living, on the side of the street. If you live out of the car, or you live in motels, that categorizes homeless too. And a lot of families went through that after 2008. So So don't vote for any of the policies that might hurt them or might cause even more unemployment or homelessness to happen. And unfortunately, there are bad apples in our politicians out there. So, and don't vote for any provisions or ballots that would lessen the budget to help the homeless. So if you can't help, if you don't have spare change, if you can't donate, that's fine. No judgment here. But if you can't help, then don't hurt. So I guess that's my plea to you guys. Um, homelessness is a very big, passionate issue of mine, especially after what happened in October 2016. This is not a Christmas miracle story, but this is just it's a humbling story. It's a story where it reminds you that please, please, we gotta be decent to one another. We gotta by being decent does not mean being decent to one another does not mean being a pacifist. It does not mean, you know, taking a punch or taking a kick, or being a rug or a carpet that people's feet get. You know what I'm saying? No, don't be a punching bag. No, being decent to one another means helping the powerless and standing up to those who take advantage of the powerless. So speaking out when the powerless are taken advantage of. So that being decent is included in being decent to one another. You got to be human. You got to actually be able to stand up and say, "Hey, this is wrong. Hey, we got to make this right," and all that good stuff. And so I hope that's the only message I have to impart to you this holiday season. Hopefully, you can carry that on to 2019. And I need to apply it myself. All right, I'm not perfect, so I still need to also learn that as I go. And I hope you can join me in that process. And yeah, that's my personal Christmas spirit story. Right, not Christmas story, because it doesn't happen in the Christmas season. So last but not least, again, just a quick reminder: um, go to the links in the description box below this video. Make sure you donate, or make sure you at least read up on how you can donate and help out with the effort for the relief effort in Sunda Strait in the Indonesian tsunami that happened yesterday. Um, and again, thoughts and prayers. Our hearts go out to the families of the victims. 222 people that are dead, 843 people injured, and many, many still are missing. And I hope the first responders and the rescuers that they have that they go through this process safely. That's what I'm going to say. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in, you guys, and I'll see you in the new year. It's gonna be awesome. 2019. Woo! Time flies. Let's rock this.